Welcome back to J&J's Kitchen. Today on our second episode, we're going to be making two things. We're going to be making Italian roasted garlic and Parmesan potatoes as our side dish, and for our main dish, we're going to have Parmesan Crusted Chicken with bacon. So we're going to start with our potatoes first because they have to cook a little bit longer. So you're going to need 4 to 5 cloves of garlic, a bunch of parsley, you could also use dried parsley, 2 pounds of russet potatoes, 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, red pepper flakes, which are optional. We're not going to be using some because a few people in our family do not like spicy foods, a 1/4 cup of olive oil, butter for greasing a pan. You can also use vegetable spray, a 1/4 cup of Parmesan, and salt and pepper to taste. Let's get started. Okay guys, before we start cooking, let's preheat our oven to 400 degrees. Okay guys, so you're going to take your 2 pounds of the potatoes, you're going to peel them, and you're going to cut them into these kind of shapes. So how you do this is you take your potato and cut it into 4 long quarters, and then cut those up, and you'll get these kind of like almost chip-like looking potatoes. So now that we've done that, you're going to add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Okay. You're also going to add the Italian seasoning, the garlic, hold on, a little bit of garlic sticking in there, no, about half of the Parmesan cheese, a little bit of salt and pepper, about a teaspoon of each, and that's about it. Also, you're also going to add a few pinches of red pepper flakes if you're adding that. So we're going to toss this up, and then we'll see you when we come back. Okay, guys, so we mixed our potatoes, and then we put them on our baking sheet, which was greased. Okay, so now that you've done that, you're going to pour about a tablespoon of butter, olive oil, forgive me, and then about a tablespoon of your Parmesan all over the potatoes. You don't want to use all your Parmesan up, though, because we have a little bit more to use as we go. Okay, guys, now that our oven has finished preheating, we're going to bake our potatoes for about half an hour in the middle of our oven on the middle rack. Now let's get started on our chicken. Okay guys, for the second part of today's meal, we're going to be having some Parmesan crusted chicken with bacon. So what you're going to need is about 1.5 cups of shredded mozzarella cheese, 3 to 4 pieces of bacon, an egg, oil from frying, and that amount will depend on how big your skillet is. You really just need to cover the bottom of your pan. About 4 boneless chicken breasts, a cup of grated Parmesan cheese, a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, salt and pepper to taste. You'll also need a little bit of water for the egg wash. Let's get started. Okay guys, now we have to set up our egg wash station. We actually already did 1 chicken breast, but we're going to show you this just because we thought you may not know. Okay, so how we have it 3 compartments. We have our raw chicken, our egg wash, and then we have our breadcrumbs. Well, they're not actually breadcrumbs, but our breading. So in here we have our egg and a little bit of water, about a teaspoon of cold water. And then in here we have all of our Parmesan cheese, the cup, a little bit of salt and pepper, and then the 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. So I'm going to show you quickly how to coat one of the chicken breasts. So let's go. So you take your chicken breast and you're going to put it in the egg wash and make sure it gets covered in the eggs. So this is basically, it helps bind the breading so that it stays on. Okay, so now make sure you get all the excess off. Then you put it in the breadcrumbs and make sure it gets fully coated. Try not to get both hands wet because the breadcrumbs will stick to both fingers and then it gets kind of unpleasant. So make sure it's fully coated, get under the flaps of skin and stuff. Ooh, almost missed the spot. And then put it on another plate or container. So once we finish doing the rest, we'll come back. Okay guys, so it's been half an hour. So you're going to take your potatoes out of the oven and you're going to give them a good toss. Then you're going to put the rest of the olive oil on them. Okay, toss them up some more. spread them evenly on the sheet. And then put the rest of the Parmesan on top. And that's it. And now we're going to put them back in the oven. Actually, you're going to toss it one more time really quick. And then we're going to put it back in the oven for another 25 minutes. See you okay, guys. So we just actually put our potatoes in the oven. So now what you're going to do is you're going to heat up your oil. You want it to be really hot when we put our chicken in, because otherwise the breading won't stay when we put it in the oven. So see you guys when the oil gets hot. Okay, guys. So we just finished frying our chicken. Yes, it's supposed to be a little raw. What you want to do is make sure that the crust gets nice and golden brown, because we're going to actually bake it for about 15 minutes. Sorry I didn't show a video of us actually frying it. It's just I didn't want anything to happen since a fire could start any second. So what you're going to do next is you're going to take your chicken, which you put on a greased baking sheet, and put them right below the potatoes. And then we're going to have those in there for about 15 minutes. And when that's done, we'll come back and see what we have. It's been about 10 minutes since we put our chicken in, so now we're going to start frying the bacon. So start to heat up your pan, and we kind of tore up our bacon so it'd be a little easier to chop, and just kind of put it in the pan. We're just going to fry it and then let it cool down and chop it up and put it on top of our chicken. There we go. So when the bacon's finished cooking, I'll show you what it should look like, and then we'll chop it up and put it on our chicken. Okay, guys, so our chicken is finished cooking, and our potatoes are also done. But we're not quite done with the chicken. So we're going to turn off the oven and to put it on high of our broiler. And we're going to put our cheese and cover it with an ample amount. And put it back in and have the cheese melted. And then when we're done with that, we'll come back. It shouldn't take more than 2 or 3 minutes in the oven.
Okay, so the cheese just melted. And so we're going to top it off with some bacon. And then you're done.
Okay, guys, we'll see you when we're finished, and we'll have a final plate so you can see what it's supposed to look like when you're all done. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. It happened again. I accidentally deleted the footage of really just the plated version. Yeah, we didn't miss much, though. All we did was put it on a plate. But, yeah, anyway, it was very good. The chicken is basically almost perfect. Probably could have came out maybe a minute earlier, but it was really good. The next thing was we probably would have used like maybe 1 or 2 more slices of bacon. It just wasn't enough, but it was still enough to get by. The potatoes were really good. They weren't a little too crunchy for my mom. She likes them a little less, but everyone else really liked them. Yeah, that's what I thought. Jennifer, what did you think?
I liked it, but I thought that the chicken was huge and it was really big.
Well, that was just something she thought we should cut the chicken breast up a little more.
And I thought the potatoes were good. Again, like I said last video, I don't like potatoes. They were pretty good. I actually wanted second helpings, but there probably weren't enough for everybody to go around. And
on second helpings, there's enough for everyone to have it like one.
But overall, I thought everything was really, really, really good. And yeah.
Yeah, that's about it, guys. See you next video. That's it for today's video, folks. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more. Don't forget to comment if you made it or if you have any questions. See you next time.